Okay, so take one. Ready? My head's still cut off. Okay, that's fine. We decided to make a video on how to make bee candy. We decided to do this because while there are a few written instructions out there, it's sort of kind of difficult. We messed up like
some epic failures.
Yeah, we messed it up pretty badly for the 5 times that we did it. So we decided to make this video, and hopefully you have success after we watch this video. So what you need to do this is, it's very important that you have a candy thermometer, which is like a few dollars from the local store. Apple cider vinegar, cream of tartar. This is a flour scraper that we use.
Yeah.
But you don't need a flour scraper, but you need something that's, we'll show you what this is for, but you need something like that. Some parchment paper and some disposable or not that important containers to put it in. A big pot, and of course a big bag of sugar. And that's it. So the first thing we want to do is add sugar to the pot.
How much?
I don't know how much, just a bunch. It really doesn't matter your volume wise, it's more about temperature. And this is why we're going to add sugar the first. We want a bunch of it, because we have hungry bees.
But you can do a 1-to-1 ratio or a 2-to-1 ratio or
right, but
any other ratio.
It doesn't matter the ratio, because essentially what the temperature does is it boils off the water.
Okay.
So that's why I'm actually adding the sugar first, is because I just want to add a little bit of water, because then the whole process takes hours. So I didn't say this in the introduction, but you do need water, and we used filtered water here because it might have some impurities, and it's easier on the bees. Okay, just a little bit of water to start off with. In my opinion, it's best to just get enough water in there that dissolves, just to dissolve the sugars. Then heating up takes a lot less time. All the written instructions say to do a 1-to-1 ratio, but it really does take a long time, because essentially you just wait until it boils off the water, until it gets to a certain ratio that it is in the pot where it can heat up to a specific temperature. And actually that ideal temperature that we're looking for is going to be just about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks like that's about 120 degrees Celsius. I can't tell on this thermometer because it's not accurate, but you can probably figure that out. Now what we're going to do is we actually remove the thermometer and set it aside. Now we're going to add just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. What that does is
about a teaspoon.
It prevents molding of the sugar. If the sugar candy sits there for too long, it will get mold on it. On top of the hive if the bees don't eat it in time. So we add that, and then we add what's called cream of tartar. And I'm just gonna add a quarter of a teaspoon. Don't need much of the stuff. Let's make it, essentially gonna make it fuzzy. Make sure you get that real mixed in. And this helps sort of homogenize the crystals, which is important. If you don't do something like that, you end up getting sort of lumpy in certain places and sort of not as solid in other places. I think that's mixed.
No, you're good.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is pour it into the mold. And be very careful with it because it's super hot. Yeah, bend it a little bit. Now don't put your finger in front of it. There we go. Let the weight adjust.
Keep going. That's it.
Okay, so now we're gonna let this cool for a little bit here. Maybe fix our, don't spill it over the edge. And then you want to put the pan right in water pretty quickly with a little soap because it turns into a shell. The size of the container is about what you have for your soupers. What we're gonna do is put just an empty souper around this, and then we're gonna put this straight above the cluster because it's springtime, which is why we're feeding them. Oh, there's our neighbors. Okay, so now these are have cooled a little bit, and I'm gonna show you what this is for. This is for a basically what it does is it stirs it up really nicely and cools it evenly, which is important because if not, then you get these pockets. Along with the cream of tartar, this helps create an even sort of solid. If not, you get these sort of like parts that are liquid, and that's not good if you put it on your bees. So what you do is you just want to get down in there and stir. And you want to keep on doing this until it immediately starts to solidify. It's really cool because it just goes and gets really thick. It's not hard, it just gets really thick when it's cool enough.
And if you do it on a thinner board, it'll happen a lot faster.
Yeah. Okay, so this is it. This is the final product. And you see, and you want to make sure it's solid. Like I said, we had 3 or 4 times where it was actually...
It's not totally done.
It's not totally solid yet, but we had 3 or 4 times where it was liquid or we thought it was solid, and we put it on the hive and it was liquid. So, and I killed 2 bees. But this is it. Let's take it out of here and we'll place it on top of, sorry, that's our dog drinking. But we'll place it on top of right on top of the cluster. That's it. Thanks for watching.